So we're going to continue solving linear inequalities and graph the solution and write the solution in interval notation. So we'll do this number 3 here. We're going to have to use the distributive property. So we multiply 5 times 3z, that will give us 15z. 5 times 4 is 20, greater or equal to negative 10. Now we subtract 20 on both sides of the inequality. And we're going to get 15z. This cancels, greater or equal to negative 30. Now we divide both sides by the coefficient of z, which is 15. And now z becomes greater or equal to negative 30 divided by 15 is negative 2. So here's our solution. Graphing our solution, the solution is greater or equal to negative 2. So negative 2 is already included in the solution. So we're going to have bracket on negative 2. And the solution is to the left of negative 2. So all the values to the left of to the right of negative 2 is the solution to the inequality. Okay, now writing the solution in interval notation, you know that negative 2 is the smallest value you can have. So it will be to the left of the comma. And since negative 2 is included in the solution, you're going to put the bracket around negative 2. And since any value greater than negative 2 is a solution, so it goes all the way to infinity. So here's your solution in interval notation. Now, let's do number 4 here. Again, we're going to have to use the distributive property. So we're going to distribute negative 3. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 5, that's positive 15, less than or equal to 21. Now to solve, we need to subtract 15 on both sides. So then we end up with negative 6x. This cancels. Here we have less than or equal to 21 minus 15 is 6. Now we're going to isolate x. We have to divide by negative 6. But here again, remember we are going to be dividing by a negative number. And whenever we divide or multiply by a negative number in a linear inequality, the inequality symbol changes. So here we're going to divide by negative 6. I'm putting dots under negative 6 and 6 because this inequality won't hold anymore. So now the negative 6 divides with the negative 6. I'm left with x. And then less than or equal becomes greater or equal, again because I am dividing by a negative number. 6 divided by negative 6 is negative 1. And here's the solution to our inequality. X greater or equal to negative 1. Graphing it on the number line. Negative 1 is included in the solution. So we're going to have a bracket on negative 1. And the solution is greater or equal to negative 1. So all values to the right of negative 1 on the number line. You notice that the smallest value you can have is negative 1. So -1 is to the left of the comma. Since -1 is included, we're going to have a bracket around -1. And all the values to the right of -1 are solutions. So it's going to be -1 to infinity. That's our interval notation of the solution.